peace and abundance, love, prosperity, wealth upon your head top. Send it all out to you. May you surrender to all that is on its way to you, that is here. All you have to do is receive. And so the activities we're going to do today is going to assist you in making space to receive. Breathing in deeply with me and breathing out. Preparing ourselves for a relaxing ceremony inward. Let's just dive into what's going on with the energies right now and what's going on in the cosmos, what's going on in this realm, and bridging that gap. So first, I would like to thank my sister, Shells. Make sure that y'all follow her. Here's her Instagram. She's always dropping astrology videos and going deeper into what's going on astrologically. But I wanted to make sure that the activities that I was doing for this session was in alignment with what's going on September 17th. If you did not know, it'll be an eclipse in Pisces. So let's breathe in and get started. Woo! This activity now is a resistance, release, and bodily awareness scan, meditation, and movement. We're going to be including some elements from Qigong, which is a Chinese practice. It includes meditation, movement, intention, sounds, a lot of different elements to assist us in releasing the emotional energy within our organs, within our body, within our biogenetic body as well as bioenergetic body, which I'll give y'all a little bit on that. It's a subtle body, it's a part of our aura, and so it's essentially a double for your organs and your bodily system. So anything that's going on in your biology, your anatomy, you have an energetic body that reflects that energy, and it's a part of your aura. So we're gonna be doing some clearing out of that as well, because we don't need any toxins, we don't need any negativity, because if it's sitting there, then it's not allowing space for the positivity, for the abundance, for the healing to occur. Because it's always trying to occur. We don't necessarily have to do anything but to just allow and surrender to the healing that our higher selves, that source is always calling us to. So we're gonna release the resistance and cleanse out. So we're gonna breathe in deeply. Remember, when we're breathing in, we're posture, our shoulders. We're breathing in through our nose and releasing through our mouth. And we're just going to start at the top of our head, because a lot of times we get in our head about how things should be, but this causes disruption and chaos because we're not feeling it or we're not seeing that reality. And so we just want to imagine now that all of the thoughts, all of the feelings that are not so comfortable, we'll just imagine them as a ball of yarn, all tied in together. It's all bunched up. Imagine a ball of yarn sitting right at the top of our crown. And now what we'll do is we'll imagine ourselves pulling out one string one little strand of that yarn, and that string will be tied to Source's white light connection to our crown. So again, there's a ball of yarn sitting at the top of our crown. It's confusion, it's frustration, it's anger, it's grief, it's negative thoughts, it's doubt, it's worry, it's fear. But of course, in order to be in a state of receiving, surrendering to abundance and healing that is always taking place in our favor, we must unravel and understand and get to the root of why this occurs. And so we'll get assistance from Source, breathing in, expanding that belly and breathing out. Let's imagine we pull out a strand of this yarn and we tie it to Source's white light connection. And instantly, this ball of yarn begins to glow a white light. This is Source's white light. This is purity. This is cleansing. This is release. This is surrender. This is abundance. This is prosperity. This is clarity. Allow it now. Allow this ball of yarn to melt into our body. And now the yarn is transforming into roots at the top of our head. And we're now rooted in Source's white light. Rooted in that inner knowing that we don't have to ruminate in thought or ruminate in feelings. We just know that we are. Nothing else. We are. Reaffirming I am. I am. Breathing in and release. And then these roots begin to grow down. They're growing down, growing down, growing down through our throat, through our arms, our chest, our core area, our hips. This is Source's white light penetrating every nerve in our nervous system. Roots touching all the way down through our legs, all the way down out through our feet. Roots grounding us from the top to the bottom, connecting to earth and Source, because it is all one. Breathing in. And as we breathe, we'll just see that this light is growing brighter and brighter until it goes brighter and brighter, brighter than our body. It's now forming a ball into our bioenergetic field, that part of our aura that's connected to our anatomy within, cleansing ourselves with this white light. Roots are grounding us to the ground and to our crown, from Source back to the universe, back to Source, back to the universe. circulating this white light, moving in circles around our body, creating a ball of white light, creating this field of energy moving in circular motion, creating some movement. We'll even begin to move our body as this circular motion. Breathing in and out, seeing this white light. Moving in and out. Allowing our aura to be purified. Taking in that last breath and releasing. Thank you for joining me. The next thing we'll do is, once we've created that momentum within the body to cleanse out our aura on the outside, we want to make sure we're getting the inside as well, creating that awareness, that safe space, that space for healing to occur within and without and around, holistically, on all levels. And so what we'll do is, we'll do some Qigong techniques to clear out certain parts of our organs, certain parts, certain emotions, certain negative emotions that are within our organs. We're going to make sure that we're creating space, releasing those toxins, because when we feel negative emotions, we're stimulating toxins to release into our bloodstream, into our aura, into our organs. And when we cleanse out and we feel healing and we feel love and we feel at peace, this is when we stimulate healing to occur. And so let's stimulate some healing to occur in this space. Let's breathe in. And we're going to be shedding some emotions. Even if you feel like this isn't an emotion that you're feeling in this moment, we'll go back to a time you did feel that emotion to ensure that you're removing and cleansing any leftover residue energy that hasn't fully been integrated for your higher purpose. And so we'll start with the liver. The liver is associated with anger, frustration, and envy. So what we'll do now is we'll make the sounds like you're shushing someone. But when we make these sounds, we want to make sure we're sitting up straight to allow our spine to be straightened. We want to make sure that we're setting the intention, and even if you're not completely sure of what your liver looks like, just envisioning what you think it looks like is close enough. Whatever you feel like your liver looks like. We want to make sure that we're imagining now that any anger, any frustration within our body is being released. So we want to, even when we say the sound, we want to feel it within those areas. So not just through our mouth, but really feel it in your lungs when you say it out. So we're going to breathe in deeply, using the breath to cleanse. And this breath, we're going to start with the breathing in. that anger, that frustration that you may have felt in this moment or in the past. Breathing in, sitting up straight, and release. Good. Breathing in. It's so powerful that you may even feel your body move. It's assisting you in releasing that energy. So you may shake, you may flinch. Whatever your body is calling you to do, don't resist it. Surrender to it. And now that we've cleansed out that energy, we want to make sure that we're replenishing that energy with a green light. This is the color of the liver. This is the color of the liver, a green light. So what we'll do is we'll imagine whatever you think or whatever you can envision as closely as you can to your liver. You will now envision a green light entering into that part, that organ, the liver. And so when we breathe in and we do you will see your liver filling up with the green purifying light. That's the healing. Replenishing all of that anger, that frustration with love, patience, healing. Breathing in. Fill it up with that green light. Breathing in. Good. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to go to the kidneys. Now, the kidneys are associated with fear. Yes, fear. And what we're going to do is we're going to make a choo. That's the sound of the kidneys. And so we'll do the same thing we did, making sure our posture is straight. However closely you can envision your kidney, you'll envision it now. However close you can get to envisioning your kidney, you'll envision that now. And we'll make a choo sound on the inhale. Breathing in and cleansing it out. Choo. All of that fear, all of that anxiety, worry, not knowing, being fearful, being in a dysregulated state, we'll breathe in and release. Do it one more last time. Breathing in. Choo. do is we'll replace this fear with courage. And so the kidney is a blue light. So we'll envision that kidney now. However close you can get to envisioning it. And see a blue light filling up into this part of us. Breathing in. And chew. Chew. Breathing in and out. And we'll move on now to the lungs. The lungs is associated with the sadness and depression. So we'll envision our lungs as close as you can get to it. Remember, there's two on each side, one on each side. There's two in total. And we'll envision our lungs being released of this sadness. The sound of the lungs is like a snake. So we'll sit up straight and breathing in. Breathing in. Last time, really getting out all of that sadness, feeling it. We cleanse. Breathing in. What we'll do is replenish that sadness with joy as a white light. So as we make the sounds, we'll envision our lungs filling up with that white light. Take a deep breath and release out. And let's fill it up with that white light. Good. Breathing in deeply to reset. Release. And now we'll move on to the spleen. Now, the spleen is all about mistrust, worry, and anxiety. And so, the sound for the spleen is so really ensuring you're getting that O sound out, making that O with your mouth. And the spleen is fairly small, but you can imagine it as close as you can to what you think the spleen would look like inside of you. And we release all of that mistrust, anxiety, and worry, cleansing out. Sitting up straight. And breathing in. Breathing in. last one, breathing in. Reset, breathing in. And now we'll replace with confidence and faith with the glowing yellow light, a golden yellow light. So imagining our spleen now being flooded with a golden yellow light. Breathing in. Resets. And the last organ that we'll do today is the best. We've saved the best for last. It's the heart. The heart is responsible for carrying the negative emotions of hate, cruelty, and impatience. And the sound for the heart is And so we'll imagine the heart now. It's right here. It's a funny little shape. And we'll imagine all hate, all cruelty, and patience being cleansed from the heart. Sitting up straight, breathing in. Breathing in. Breathing in. We'll reset and we'll replenish the heart with the red light. Imagine a red light flooding the heart now. Breathing in. Welcoming in all of that love. We'll do this one last time. Breathing in. And we'll just shake and swipe, feel into our bodies, rub. So we've done a lot of inner work. I want to make sure we're activating our sensations, giving thanks to our body for allowing us to make space within our inner home. Release. Rubbing out our forehead, rubbing out the back of our ears, our neck, our shoulders, our heart, our chest area, our core, our thighs, all the way down So this is not a one-time practice. This is a practice you want to do consistently to cleanse out any emotional residue that we've accumulated. It doesn't happen overnight, but the more that we practice this, the greater the effects and the awareness that we create within our bodies of the emotions we're holding on to, which affect our aura, which affect our abundance, which affect our ability to heal and receive and make space for all the newness coming in. By clearing out our organs and clearing out our aura, we'll be able to create a stable and balanced environment for everything, our desires, our dreams to reach us, because everything we want wants us back so bad. It wants us back so bad. But it can't reach us when we're filled with toxins. So it's important that we cleanse. Gratitude for showing up. And we'll go on to the next activity. For this last activity, you'll need your journal and your pens and highlighters, whatever you need to feel organized, because we're going to do some tweaking up, some organization, creating systems for ourselves. Because it's one thing to have dreams, but if we can't show up and have the audacity to show up for our dreams, then how are we going to get there? So, now that we've released what doesn't serve us, we want to call forth what does by setting those intentions, setting those routines, those habits that's going to get us there. So when it comes to tweaking up our routine, we want to make sure we're doing things that we already are doing, but we may want to do them at a more expansive level. Or it may be things that you want to try, but sometimes we can be stuck in our old routine that we don't make space for the new one. So in order to make space for the new routine, we'll maybe try something like habit stacking. So if there's something you know you want to do that's new, that you haven't done before, you may want to try stacking that onto a habit that you already do. For example, and I'm not condoning this in any way, but if you know that you wake up in the rising and you scroll on your phone, why not scroll on your phone while doing a stretch? Like literally, you can have your phone right here, you lay in the bed or you sit on the couch, whatever you do when you scroll on your phone. You shouldn't be doing that when you wake up, but I'm not here to judge nobody. At least if you're going to do that, incorporate some wellness into it. So scroll on your phone and do some stretching at the same time. Okay, so make sure when you do your routine, that's how you want to pull it out. So let's do our routine. Also, I want to give you a template. You want to do routines daily, weekly, and monthly. So I'll give you an example. For me, I know daily when I rise, I'm journaling, I'm meditating, and then I'm working out. I keep mine very simple, 3 things, because that 3 is my number. It's easy to remember. And these are things that I enjoy doing that bring me peace and calm when I rise. Those are daily habits that I do. Now, when it comes to weekly, what are the weekly things that you want to do? For me, mine is every Sunday, I clean my home. Deep cleaning. Not just, wiping and tapping down. No, like cleansing, saging, mopping the floor, all of that. So weekly, what is something you want to do weekly? Whether you want to incorporate a fast day, whether you want to incorporate a new routine that you do weekly. I don't know what that may be. Some people, do different things. So whatever it is that you would like to incorporate weekly into your routine, whether you want to have a raw vegan day where you only eat raw food, whatever it is you want to do on a weekly basis, make it very simplified. Don't give yourself too many things because you're not going to do it. I'm going to just be honest. Keep it simple. Keep it true to you and realistic to what you know you already are doing. Whether you want to do it at a higher level and expand, do that. Or if you want to try something new, do it with something you already do consistently. And the last thing is monthly. What do you want to do monthly? For me, it's detoxing. So monthly, I always do a detox for at least a week. So we're going to break it up by that. So you're going to write out daily, weekly, and monthly. What are the things you're going to implement? Keep it simple, no more than 3. I would say 3 to 4. Because once you start pushing 5, number 5, things just, because it's harder to remember. So let's keep it simple. Okay. Now, the next thing that you're going to do is you're going to write out some plans. The things that you would like to call forth, the intentions that you would like to call forth. You're not going to call it a plan, but just the intentions that you are calling forth in this season. We're going to write those down, whether it be a project, whether it be a certain thing you're going to do for yourself, a challenge, a new venture, a new opportunity, whatever it is that you're calling forth in this season, let's write it out. And when we write it out, we're not going to say how it's going to happen and how you're going to get there and how it's going to come to fruition. All you're going to do is write out what it is and be specific. And when you do it, you're going to write why. What's the intention behind the intention? Why is this important to you? What is it going to do for you? Why should this even matter for you? Why is it your desire? So let's do that. actionable steps to get you one step closer to that goal. I didn't say that's going to get you to the goal. What's going to get you one step closer? For example, if you know you would like a new job opportunity, incorporate in your new schedule that you're going to tweak up your resume and send out 20 copies of your resume a week. And you're going to put which days you're going to do that. So actually creating a measurable, because we're doing SMART goals, a measurable goal, right? Make it specific, make it, actionable. I forgot all the other things. Timeline, and it's reasonable. Y'all know what SMART goals is. I mean, y'all smart around here. So when you write it out, make sure you write it out just like that. Sure you're writing. Okay, so go ahead and take as much time as you need. I pretty much already have my things outlined, but you take as much time as you need, and I'll meet you at the next activity. Now for this last activity, I know we've moved around a lot between mental energy and bodily energy, so we're just gonna breathe in and just settle into all of the things that have taken place today. It was a lot between doing the detox, decluttering, doing the qigong, clearing, the meditation, writing out your intentions. It was a lot, right? So we want to ensure that we're leaving off on a fully integrated note. So we're going to breathe in now. Shoulders back. Breathing out. And now the opposite direction. Rolling out our neck. arms up. And release. Arms up. And release. And we'll just rest our head on our heart and our stomach. Breathing in. And out. Breathing in. And out. And we'll thank ourselves for being here. Showing gratitude. Give yourself a nice big hug. You're showing up for yourself, girl. Oh my man. So what? Yes. Clap it up for yourself. Give yourself a kiss. Mwah. You did it. Gratitude. I'll see you next time.